What's up, Hardcore Nation? It's Hardcore Christopher here. And unfortunately, we have someone who pops up like a bad penny. Charlie. You just don't seem to fucking get it. Let me in, Charlie. Let me in on your secret on how your channels get terminated and you keep on coming back when you should just lay low and stay quiet. You see, Charlie, there's a reason why I'm not subscribed to you anymore. It's because I've lost all respect for you. I mean, come on. What has your family ever done to you that is so bad that you go after them? And it's like I've said in my previous video. You are going to die alone, and you can say, oh, he has a girlfriend. Well, let me tell you something, people. That relationship probably isn't going to last long, because once she sees the true side of Charlie Green, she's going to go run into the hills. Because, Charlie, as much as you want to say, I used to do drugs, I used to drink, that was the old me. No, it wasn't. Who are you trying to fool? If that was the old you wouldn't do drugs, you wouldn't drink, you wouldn't do half of the things that you do. You wouldn't threaten the family that has helped you throughout your entire life. And now that your brother has stopped helping you, and rightfully so. If I had a brother that was screwed up like you, I wouldn't give him a dime of what I make. And you want to know something, people? You want to know something, Hardcore Nation? You want to know something to all the wolf fucking pack? You know what a wolf pack is? A wolf pack is a pack. First off, it's a family of wolves. Second off, they attack. They attack as a pack until their prey is dead. And I have nothing but respect for Michael, Bridget, Jenny, and Kim. But when it comes to Charlie, I guess it really is true. One bad apple ruins a whole bunch. But that saying isn't true now. That saying has fallen by the wayside, because you know what? While you, Charlie, are making a mess of your entire life. Michael, Bridget, Kimberly, Jenny, they're not letting you get them down. So what are you doing? You found out that the nice guy act wasn't working, and so you decide to flip and you decide to go crazy, and that's when you said that you were going to kill Michael. Well, first off, if you tried, let me tell you something. First off, if you tried, you would have failed. Because you don't have the balls to do it. Because you know that Michael, I've said this with my own family. I love my mom because she's my mom. I love my dad because he's my dad. But I do not love their actions. And I think that Michael does love you, Charlie. He just doesn't like your fucked up life. And you want to know something? You can't blame anyone else. You can't blame Michael. You can't blame Bridget. You can't blame Tina. You can't blame... You can't blame Kimberly. You can't blame Jennifer. You have to blame yourself because, first off, your father. I am 100% certain that your dad, God rest his soul, love you, AGP, but your dad, I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% certain your dad did not raise you like this. Yeah, it's been documented that your dad was really, really angry. He threw cheese and butter and everything else. But I'm pretty sure that your dad tried to raise you right. And what do? You spit in the man's face. Not literally, but figuratively. You say I'll always be there for you, Dad. I always love you, Dad. Then why in the hell? Answer this. Why in the hell would you post on your Facebook, I wish my dad would die already? When your dad was on his deathbed, you didn't give him encouragement. You brought him to the brink of death and he's gone. You could say, oh, he died of cirrhosis of the liver. And you're right, he did die of cirrhosis of the liver. But you see, Angry Grandpa was a good man. He tried to raise his kids the right way. And Angry Grandpa was one tough son of a bitch. But you see, there's something that I never seem to get. Angry Grandpa beat skin cancer. And because of Angry Grandpa's history of drinking, he got cirrhosis of the liver. But I really think that Angry Grandpa would have held on maybe for a couple of days, maybe for a year, maybe for even a couple of months. Before he died. If it wasn't for Charlie. Because what Charlie did, and I agree with Tina, what Charlie did to his father during the last months of his life was unforgivable. How can a son do that and not show any remorse? It got so bad that angry grandpa told Michael he didn't want him at his funeral. But I guess it, and I will admit, Michael has a big heart. And that's what I'm trying to get through to people, is that Michael didn't have to buy his dad a house. He didn't have to buy his dad anything. I think the only thing but you see, I mentioned Michael because he's the exact opposite of Charlie. Charlie doesn't care. Charlie doesn't give a fuck. Charlie never cared for his family. In fact, he was, according to Angry Grandpa, he's always been a troublemaking child. So apparently he hasn't learned anything. And apparently his time in jail for unpaid child support wasn't anything. And I'm not telling you guys anything you don't already know. But Charlie, you see, if I could give advice to Charlie, it'd be this. Stop blaming everyone for your own fault. Stop blaming everyone for the life that you screwed up. It's not that hard. All you gotta do is look in the mirror and say, I'm a big fuck up. I'm a big screw up. But you don't do that because you're an addict. And addicts will always deflect the blame off of themselves and put it onto someone else. That's what an addict does. An addict won't admit that they have a problem. An addict will refuse to get help. Why am I saying that? Because Charlie is an addict. Oh, and another thing. Is that he wasn't a good uncle either. He's not even a good father. He's a bastard father. He's a deadbeat dad. And I feel sorry for your daughter. I feel sorry for your daughter because, you know, here's the thing with addicts is that it doesn't. The thing with addicts is, and I'm being 100% factual. Addicts don't care about anyone or anything except for that next high. They don't care about their bodies because if they did, they would stop pumping drugs into them. And you blame Michael and Bridget. Well, you blame your brother for not being able to see your dad while he was in the hospital. Truth is, he didn't want to see you. I would hate to be a father and say on my deathbed that I don't want to see a certain member. I don't want to see one of my kids because the fact is that, again, Charlie, the only person you can blame is yourself. And I don't feel the least bit sorry for you. I don't. Because, you know, you've screwed up. And you're a pathological liar, you see. You see, when I was subscribed to you, I only subscribed to you for one reason. Because you were Angry Grandpa's son. I didn't subscribe to Michael because of that. Truth. I did not subscribe to Michael just because he was Angry Grandpa's son. I subscribed to him because I liked his content. I loved his content. That's not something I could say about you. Because you see, here's an idea, Charlie. Here's an idea. Why don't you go to rehab? Why don't you go to rehab? Why don't you man up and say, okay, I screwed up. I'm here seeking help. Then after you get your life back on track, maybe, just maybe, you'll maybe, just maybe, you'll learn a thing or two. Even though I know you won't do that. You're way too prideful. Well, let me tell you something. Pride comes before a great fall. And you hit your peak. And you're falling faster. And you're rolling down the hill like a boulder, like a snowball. And you just keep on rolling and rolling and rolling. You half-ass apologize. You say you never punched Bridget. Really? Why would Michael lie about that? You know, you gave your nephew weed and alcohol. That's when your dad told you had to go. And he said, I would not have taken you back for any reason whatsoever. You should be grateful that you're even a part of the family that you're a part of. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Charlie. Your brother can Your brother would be able to kick your ass. And if you tried to murder him and grab that firearm of his, which it is legal for him to own, and even if you did try to murder him, he would grab that firearm of his, and he would probably shoot you point blank in the face. And not in my spot. It's like I've said before, Charlie. You're a screw up. Not only are you a screw up, Charlie. You should be locked in jail they should lock you in jail for life and throw away the key with no chance of you getting out. One last thing before I end this video. Charlie, you You are a disgrace. How you can look yourself in the mirror every single day and say, oh, and say, it's gonna be a great day. Sooner or later, the law is gonna catch up with you. And sooner or later, you're gonna go to prison. And I hope that you drop the soap. And I hope you become so traumatized that you don't ever want to go back. In fact, it does the exact opposite. It makes you want to get your life back on track, Charlie. Because you see, you know that everything I said was true. Every single person knows what you did to your father. No wonder Tina never liked you, Charlie. You're unlikable. I mean, Charlie Chill got taken down. I believe it got taken down because of the porn. You uploaded porn. You have no one to blame but yourself. No one to blame but yourself. And Charlie, if you want to come here to Missouri and face me, bring it. I'm serious. You get so mad about what I say that you want to come here, bring it. But you know what? If you do, I'll have the cops ready to cuff you. Charlie, like you said, this isn't YouTube. This isn't a game. This is real life. How do you like it, Charlie? How do you like it when everybody's lives around you are doing great, but yours is the only one that's in the gutter? Charlie, this is for you. And I hope that you do go to prison. Because that's where animals like you belong. In a cage. With no given access to the outside world. That's where you belong. And I hope that's where you go someday. Alright, Hardcore Nation, this has been Hardcore Christopher. Keep it hardcore, everyone.